Do you think DA competition between China and the United States remains far removed from our daily lives? In truth, the outcome of this quiet contest may be quietly shaping the future of your healthcare and the classroom experience for your children. An invisible digital iron curtain may be descending. Yet, China is attempting to rewrite the rules of this game in ways you might not expect. When people talk about how Chinese AI will transform the world, the first things that spring to mind are often more powerful large language models or smarter chatbots. This view, however, may only scratch the surface. Chinese artificial intelligence is reshaping the global landscape along two distinct paths at the same time. The first path is inward-focused routing, which we may call industrial implementation. Rather than merely demonstrating technology in laboratories, it seeks to embed AI deep into the fine workings of the national economy in hospital, consultation rooms, school, classrooms, and factory production lines to solve concrete, real-world problems and deliver tangible value. The second path is outward-oriented competition, referred to here as landscape reshaping. Amid global technological rivalry, China is experimenting with reshaping how technology spreads worldwide and rebalancing geopolitical power through open-source initiatives, participation in standard setting, and the delivery of inclusive, affordable solutions. One pragmatic and one ambitious, these two paths converge on a single goal: to define a new development paradigm in the global intelligence era. To grasp the true strength of Chinese AI, we must shift our gaze from cloud-based hype down to ground reality and examine how it is steadily transforming our society. In healthcare, AI is no longer a distant concept. According to relevant statistics, the scale of China's core AI industry exceeded 1.2 trillion yuan in 2025. This momentum is reshaping every link in healthcare services. Reports suggest that medical AI in China is entering large-scale deployment in some regional hospitals. For instance, in pilot hospitals in Shenzhen, AI-powered prenatal ultrasound reportedly cuts a complex prenatal checkup from half an hour to roughly 10 minutes. In certain public case studies, AI-assisted pathological analysis can deliver negative results for cervical smear tests on the very day of a physical examination, compared with the previous 2-day turnaround, and it has achieved outstanding diagnostic accuracy in specific trials. For pulmonary nodule screening, AI helps radiologists shoulder part of their workload. Some studies estimate workload relief at between 30% and 50%. This frees physicians to devote more attention to complex cases and shortens average patient waiting times. What is the global significance behind this? Once China matures these low-cost, scalable solutions that integrate seamlessly with existing hospital workflows, what it exports to the world will no longer be merely algorithms, but an entire replicable smart healthcare infrastructure that holds strong appeal for developing countries short of medical resources. A similar story unfolds in education. Artificial intelligence is evolving from an occasional learning tool into an integral part of teaching workflows. China, as Ministry of Education, has released multiple batches of typical cases under the AI Plus Higher Education Initiative et Technologie are penetrating course, instruction intelligence, teaching assistance, programming training, and even academic risk early warning systems. Many universities are piloting AI-driven platforms that map personalized learning pathways for students, exploring large-scale tailored education. Imagine classrooms no longer delivering one-size-fits-all instruction. Every student could have an AI teaching assistant available around the clock, answering questions instantly and dynamically adjusting learning content according to individual progress. Globally, this model could revolutionize how educational infrastructure is supplied. High-quality personalized education at low cost would cease to be a privilege reserved for elite schools and could be replicated across far larger education systems worldwide. If healthcare and education touch people's livelihoods, manufacturing represents Chinese AI's strongest potential for global spillover effects. AI has become a core productive force for smart manufacturing in China, penetrating every key link from research and design to production scheduling and quality inspection. According to data disclosed by Lenovo Sliambao Electronics, plant a complex production scheduling task that once took human operators 6 hours can now be completed in 1.5 minutes. Used with large AI models alongside a 19% output increase. Black Lake Technologies serves nearly 4,000 factories. Its order splitting agent achieves over 95% accuracy in enterprise deployments, compressing manual workflows that used to take 1 to 2 hours down to mere seconds. The implications of these examples stretch well beyond improved efficiency and higher quality. They suggest the AI may be turning into the operating system for China's manufacturing sector. Should China establish its own technical standards, platforms, and ecosystems at this level, future global manufacturing upgrades may rely more on system-level solutions from China rather than large language models purchased solely from American firms. If industrial implementation forms the inner substance of how Chinese AI changes the world, its competitive maneuvers on the global technology stage constitute its outward dimension. This game is far more complex than competing purely on model parameter counts. Artificial intelligence is no longer just an industrial technology. It is deeply intertwined with national security, technological sovereignty, and the power to set international rules. Analysts generally observe that the European Union, the United States, and China pursue divergent visions for AI governance. The United States tends to prioritize industrial competitiveness. China emphasizes balanced development and security. The European Union builds a legal framework centered on fundamental rights. Competition is particularly intense between China and the United States, yet its focal points are undergoing profound shifts. Rivalry is no longer limited to benchmark scores for model performance. It has become an all-round contest spanning computing power chips, open source ecosystems, datasets, and governance rules. Faced with these challenges, China has taken a differentiated breakout path, embracing open source development and advancing technological inclusiveness. In recent years, major Chinese AI enterprises have embraced open source projects with unprecedented vigor. According to data from the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology, globally cumulative downloads of Chinese open source large models have surpassed 10 billion. Cost-effective models from firms such as Moonshot A and Zhipu AI deliver performance close to top-tier alternative at drastically lower costs. They directly challenge traditional high-priced business models and force global markets to rethink the value proposition of AI. As model inference grows cheaper, nearly free in some instances, competition shifts away from the models themselves toward application distribution, industry-specific datasets, workflow integration, and the real-world business value ultimately generated. These are precisely the areas where China excels, thanks to its vast array of real-world use cases and complete industrial chains. Beneath this commercial strategy lies a deeper purpose, offering the world, especially global South nations, an alternative technical pathway distinct from that of the United States. Through technology sharing and open source collaboration, China is building a more open and inclusive AI ecosystem, which undoubtedly enhances its soft power and discourse weight within global geopolitics. The global transformation driven by artificial intelligence runs far deeper and more complex than most people realize. Which of China's two paths, industrial implementation or global competition, do you believe will reshape the world in the long run? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments for further discussion. Putting all this together, a clear picture emerges. The global impact of Chinese AI may hinge not so much on technological supremacy as on its early success in turning AI into replicable, deployable industrial infrastructure. Healthcare, education, and manufacturing have become breakthrough domains for Chinese AI, precisely because they demand real-world deployability, replicability, and cost-effectiveness. On the global stage, China is shaping future technology diffusion patterns through open-source dissemination, standard setting, and low-cost solutions. When we say Chinese AI changes the world, a more accurate phrasing would be, it is seeking to transform how the world uses AI. The shift is away from expensive, cloud-hosted intelligence dominated by a handful of tech giants toward inclusive intelligence deeply embedded in real-world industrial workflows and benefiting broader populations. That may well be the most promising promise this technological revolution holds for all humanity.